everyone, it is Shannon and back with another Sci-Fi Surprise film with Menace from Space. This is the ninth film in the Sci-Fi Surprise Series. That means after I watch 10, I'm a fifth of the way through. 9 out of 50 is too hard math. Well, it's 9 out of 50. I don't think you can. Yeah, you can't reduce it more than that. Anyway, Menace from Space. So this is, you like my new background? I got a calendar. Is this Plants vs. Zombies thing? I have no idea what that is, but I thought it was funny, and it's February and calendars are on awesome sale, so I thought it would brighten the place up. Anyway, so back to Menace from Space. This is a black and white film from 1956. And it is, yes, a science fiction film. Yay! Check mark! Tick marks! Yay! So that part's good. Other than that, I'm almost kind of like neither here nor there with this film. It does have some cool stuff. It has the dialogue is hilarious. It would be so much fun to just like it sort of like reminds me of Batman in terms of, like, the TV series, in terms of like the I don't know, like walloping wallaboos. No, not that. That's not as. I'm trying to think of something like rippling rockets, what are we gonna do, Winky? Like that kind of stuff. And there's a character named Winky, and there's a character named Rocky. So, and the Rocky guy has like a bull-ish thing on his hat, and I'm kind of like, is that what I think it is? So, like, it kind of felt like Rocky and Bullwinkle or something. I don't know, but it can't be, because it's not. Anyway, so, I don't know. So it was a little, okay, one, this is actually, although it is a science fiction film, it is more of like an adventure film, and it's kind of, it's very family friendly. I wouldn't go quite as far to say kids, but I'm sure it's the kind of film that kids would enjoy. There are a couple kids in the movie. They're not the protagonists like Gamera versus Gyron, but, they're there and they're important and stuff. So, I don't know, the science fiction stuff, they have like space travel and other worlds and, stuff in space, and so, but it's all like, it's kind of like the same shots and models, and like, it's from '56, like, so of course it's going to be like that. It's not, for me, it's not so much that it's sort of, lo-fi, it's that it's sort of, there's a repetition to it, and the story isn't that strong. Like, it's not, for me, it wasn't that interesting. I didn't really, there were some things I actually kind of didn't understand what was going on. Even though they were pretty clear with the costumes, you could tell who the different sort of groups of people were, but I was still kind of like, who's that? Who's that? Are they these people? Are these the bad people? Like, what's going on? Because it was pretty, there was some deception, to create some drama and stuff like that, but not, I don't know, not too much. I find it really, really weird, because I would have to say the last science fiction one I saw, the oh my god, Planet Outlaws, the Buck Rogers one, I would think in my mind, technically, that one I liked less, but in fact, I did like it more than Menace from Space, because I just felt like there just wasn't much, there was nothing I could really grab a hold of. There wasn't a character, or an idea, or a concept, or a scene, or a creative use of something that really pulled me in. Planet Outlaws, it had its problems, it was kind of a mess, and sometimes boring and stuff like that, but there were things about it that really compelled me, from the art design and, like, the costumes and stuff. This one had some good costumes, so it was kind of like, it's kind of like, I don't know, they're very costumey, but again, not a lot of variety. And I think actually probably one of the things that made me not enjoy it is that some of the gender dynamics were awful. And I expect that a lot in sort of these era of films. But literally, like, there is a woman in it, but there's more than one, but there's one that's of significance. And it's kind of like some of the comedy around that was pretty, now it's certainly not funny. I'm sure then it was kind of like okay, and but some of the other stuff I was like, wow, really? Did you really say that? Like it's just kind of it definitely was offensive. So, but I don't think like that shifted it into a sort of like, but it wouldn't make me like want to stand up and revolt against this film and say people shouldn't watch it. That is not that bad. Like it certainly is not. So, and one of the other challenges with it was the visual quality was really not that good. Sometimes it actually sort of blipped up and down, like bad tracking on a VHS tape. So that and was throughout the film and had some spots and stuff like that. And again, I expect to see that in these films, but this one was definitely the worst. Like, I don't mind a lot of stuff when it's dark and you just can't see stuff. Like, I just think it's kind of funny because it's an older film and that happens sometimes. Or if it's washed out, it's fine. But when it's like, you feel like someone taped. I did that, eh? I see, like, when I taped, it's like taping a movie and it not being great quality. So that was a little. Yeah. So, generic story, the effects were okay, but again, it was just sort of like the ideas just weren't grabbing me. It kind of felt like maybe it was little pieces of something, like in 6 parts and played before another film or something, because it was very clear, like, and here we go, and now we're done with that, and now we're done with that. Like, it almost felt like a TV show in that sense. So, I don't know. In some ways, there's less to fault in a lot of ways. Like there was anything super glaring, but but there was also less to enjoy. Like the kitsch factor was lower because I wasn't grabbing on, to anything. So I'm a little disappointed with Menace from Space. I'm curious as to what their description of Menace from Space is. It's on disc 4. Oh, and it's after Rocky Jones' Space Ranger Crash of the Moons. I bet you that one is before Menace from Space because Rocky Jones is in Menace from Space. Oh, it's actually the full title is Rocky Jones Space Ranger Menace from Space. Rocky Jones as a character, he was pretty good. He's sort of like, the good guy. It was in that sense, it was very clear, Rocky is the good guy, and Winky is the sidekick, and then we have the kid, and then we have the woman, and then her role was a little strange, and then, like, the scientist, and then the politician, and so it was very clear in terms of that. So I don't know, I guess for me it was, yeah. And in terms of Menace from Space, it's not a great title, to be honest. It's not really what's going on. As far as I can say. So that takes us to happier times of picking the next film. Oh gosh, I hope it's not the other Rocky Jones film. I should have looked at that to see if there was any connections, and I would have done it differently. That one kind of flew out. I think this one, like, really wants to be picked. I'm going to pick you, because you really want to be picked. The Brain Machine. That looks like The Brand Machine. Bad writing. The Brain Machine, 1977. So far, I think I've been having luck with the later ones, which I'm very surprised at. This whole thing is just, when I named it Sci-Fi Surprise, I had no idea how many surprises there would be. So I'll be back next week or before with The Brain Machine. And also, depending on where you're watching this, this is my new channel, and I will be continuing the Sci-Fi Surprise here at Planet Shannon TV. And I'm going to review some other stuff, and I've started a Monday meme thing. I'll see if I keep going with that, and I probably will. I have an idea percolating. So that's it for Menace from Space. Science fiction? Yes. Entertaining? Not so much. Alright, now I'm all jazzed for The Brain Machine. Thanks for watching.